Hey everyone, we're going to get started with our all levels HIIT training here in just about 2 minutes. So I'd like you to make sure that you've got some good comfortable cross trainers with a little bit of cushion, or no shoes or socks at all. You can do this class in bare feet. Make sure you have comfortable clothing, it's breathable and moves around well, and also bring a glass of water with you. We're going to take tiny sips throughout the class. So I'm going to meet you back here in 2 minutes to get warmed up, and I'll explain what we're doing throughout the class at that time. So come on back. Alright guys, let's get started. So I'm going to ask you to just find your space. Make sure that you have a decent radius around you, or if you wave your arms you're not going to run into anything, you won't hit anything. And we're just going to start with a nice easy squat. So I'd like you to find your positioning on the floor, nice and even on all four corners of the feet. And we're just going to squat down to the heels, reaching forward, and stand back up. So during our warm-up, this first 5 minutes or so, I just want you tuning into your body. That's first and foremost. We want to make sure that we're exhibiting perfect form as we move today. And that's going to help us to prevent injury and get the most out of our workout. So I want you to inhale down and exhale up. So get used to that pattern of exhaling on the exertion. And I also want you to suck your belly button toward the spine and really focus on your core engagement as we go too. So we're just warming up the joints and muscles, getting everything started. Give me 4 more just like that. Once we're done our warm-up, we're going to begin our timed exercises. Good. One more time, just like that. Good. And now, wide feet, I'm just like going to tap the toe, one side and then the other. So ankles now is really what we're focusing on. You can reach the arm across the front of the body and come into a little bit of a twist to start waking up the spine. Good. So I want you to also focus on the difference between the good pain and the bad pain. So what we want throughout this class today is that good, solid, steady burn in the muscles. And we want to be to about maximum of 70 or 80% of our max exertion. So we want to still be functional, but working hard, and I'll let you know when I want you working harder. Good. Sink a little deeper if you can. Good. So a little squat in the middle. And when we squat, we want our knees lined up over the tops of the feet. Good. And in line with the toes. Good. Breathe. You got it, guys. Sink a little deeper if you can. So you should feel your heart rate starting to come up. That first 5 or 10 minutes of our workout is always going to be the hardest, and it'll get easier from there, I promise. So just keep moving. Good. One more time on each side. And now we're just going to raise the heel. Swing from the shoulder. Breathe deep. So before you start any workout, I always want you to begin with a good warm-up for at least 7 to 10 minutes. And that's going to get that blood that's pooled in your abdomen to the extremities, and it's going to help you move better, get more oxygen to your muscles. That's going to help you move better, and also help you to prevent injury by tuning into your body and waking up our joints and muscles before we put them through some things. Now just a little step tap. So this is a skate modification. We're going to use our skate later in the class. It's going to become a bigger movement. And that's what we're going to do with all of our sequences today. So we have 3 rounds of exercises. Each round is 4 exercises. And every time we go through the round, we're going to do each round 3 times. And every time we go through it, I'm going to give you the option to make it a little bit harder or come into a different modification. Sink a little lower, and if you want more, cross behind. Now, we have work to rest periods when we do high intensity interval training. That's the interval idea. So in our first round, we're going to work for 60 seconds and take a 30-second break. Second round is work for 30 seconds, take a 30-second break. Last round is work for 60 seconds, take a 30-second break, okay? The breaks are just as important as the work when we do HIIT training. Because if we don't lower our heart rate, we're not going to get the most out of it like we want. But if you have high blood pressure or concerns about that, I'm going to give you some options not to work so hard and not to stop entirely. Back to our heel raise. Now I want you to start breathing in deeply through the nose, out through the mouth. And I want you to really focus on breathing into the belly, expanding the rib cage and the abdomen as you inhale. When we start to panic, and you can say panic or our heart rate just increases, maybe we're exercising, and we have a tendency to breathe high. Also in natural life, that's very inefficient. So bring that breath down to the belly and you'll find your endurance increases, your strength increases, all of that good stuff. So focus on that here. Now we're going to alternate a lunge. Back one side and then the other side. So when we lunge, our front heel is always in charge. That front knee is directly over your front heel. Our core is strong, shoulders down, and the spine is nice and long. Good. Breathing deeply. Sink a little lower if you're able. And we're not moving fast. There's no real impact on our joints here. We're focusing on engaging the proper muscles, which means glutes and core first, and then everything else around that. 4 more. 3, 2. Now wide feet, and we're going to bend one knee and stand, and then the other side. Bend and stand. So now that lateral motion of the hips, feeling the insides of the thighs opening up, breathing deeply. Your hand placement is wherever you want except on that thigh that's bending. So hands on the hips or behind the back. Now if you want more, reach out and tap to the inside of the ankle of the knee that bends. Good, inhale, reach, exhale, bend. Good. If you do decide to reach for the ankle, make sure your spine stays long and straight. We never want to drop the head and let the chest cave in order to get down further. Good. 4 more. 3, 2, and now a little half jumping jack. So just one side and then the other. And we will be using jumping jacks in our workout today. You'll be amazed how many options there are to make them harder. But this is your base jumping jack. So anytime, if you feel like you're working too hard, you can come back here. This is a good, just neutral move. It's essentially a working rest, but we're not working too hard. Now I'd like you to speed up a little bit and increase your range of motion if you're able. Now notice the difference. Sink down lower. The difference in your heart rate and how your shoulders and your hips and your core feel. Suck the belly button toward the spine. Keep those muscles engaged. Good. Breathe deep. Now we're going to come into an alternating squat lunge. So option one, squat, and then one leg comes back and we lunge. Squat, other leg back, lunge. Nice and easy. Option two, when you lunge, instead you're going to curtsy. Cross behind, squat in the middle. Other side, lunge, squat, lunge, and squat. Breathe, feel those legs waking up, they're going to need it. You're doing great, guys. One more time on each side. You might only want to squat. Last one here. Good. Now wide feet, arms reach out, shoulders down, reach up and out. Now we always include some dynamic thoracic stretches in our warm-up. So that's the middle of the body, your abdomen. And if we don't stretch those muscles, we're not capable of getting a full breath as much as we might want to because they're just so tight. So I want you to really focus on opening up the rib cage and the obliques as you bend. Reach. Sink down lower if you're able. Bend the knees. Push them out over the tops of the feet. Good. Two more on each side. Great. Last one here. Back to your heel raise. Just for another couple of seconds, we're pretty much done with our warm-up and we're going to jump right into our timed workout. So if you want to grab a little sip of water right now, I would definitely recommend it. We're going to start with our walkout. I'm just going to demo what that looks like for you first. We're folding forward, hands come to the floor. We walk out into plank or down dog, lift the hips, walk back, and stand. Option, bend the knees, shift forward, walk out with the knees on the floor, bring it back, sit back into the heels and stand. You have lots of options, so keep moving, guys. And here we go. Here's our first minute of timed exercise. So you can breathe out, in and reach up, fold forward, walk out, bring it back. Reach up, breathe. So I only want you to move fast if you feel stable through all of the joints in your body that are involved. Slow down until you're really sure of your strength and stability. And I would even say for this first round, keep things slow and simple so that you know where you are with all of your connections and all of that. And then intensify, because we're going to do 3 rounds. You're going to have 3 chances to do this exercise. 20 seconds left here. I want you to really focus those shoulders down away from the ears when you're walking out. And in plank, hands are directly under shoulders. Don't let them come in front of the body. Good. You've got only 5 seconds left here. Breathe. And then after this, we're going to roll over. So come on down to the floor. And we're coming into our pulse crunch. Onto your back. Shins up. Reach for the ankles. Come up and pulse. We're going to pulse for 30 seconds. Take a rest for 1 breath. And then come up for the next 30 seconds. Option, little crunch right here. Feet on the floor, and we're just lifting the upper half of our body. You have 5 seconds left here, and then you're going to take a tiny little break. Push, push, shoulders down and wide. Inhale down. Exhale back up. 30-second pulse. And remember, options are always optional. If you need to support the head, you go right ahead. Your feet can come to the floor anytime. You might want to release the upper body and just tap the heels one at a time if your neck and shoulders bother you. So throughout our class, I'm always going to offer you the option to reduce or sometimes increase intensity, and it's up to you to decide what kind of a workout you want today. Good. And release, and you have a 30-second break. We're going to stand up. Now when we first start, especially when we first start, these breaks are going to seem really long. I want you to really focus on resetting your whole system so that you can come back to the next exercise as strongly as possible. So the idea with HIIT training is that we work for the work period as hard as we possibly can, and then we use the rest period to recover and come back really strong. Okay, ready? Jumping jacks. So remember, here's your modification, 1 foot at a time, or a full jumping jack with me. 60 seconds. Now remember, you can sink down lower if you want more, but don't go any further than that just yet. You're going to have 2 more chances, and I have some great modifications for you to make this a lot harder when you're ready. Good, breathe. So now spiking our heart rate very deliberately. We have 1 exercise after this, and then we're going to take another break and do this round again with intensity modifications. Good, breathe deeply. Excellent. Faster through those arms. You have 15 seconds left here. And you'll notice now you're probably starting to flag a little, starting to get tired, and that's why we only work out for 30 seconds, maybe 45 at a time, and then take our break. 5, 4, 3, 2. Mini lunge lift. Step 1 leg back. Bring the knee all the way to the floor. Hands out anywhere except the front knee. Lift the knee just a little. 3 inches off the floor. Come back down. 30 seconds one side. 30 seconds on the other. Arm placement is up to you. Suck your belly button toward the spine. Drive down into your front heel. So this is one of those awesome movements that's a lot harder than it looks. So I want you to get a lot out of it. Switch sides. Option. You can stay here on top and just bend that back knee, pushing it forward, and come on back up. Nice and easy on top. Or come down with me. Good. You can also alternate those movements, or even take a quick break and then come back to the lunge lift anytime. Suck your belly button toward the spine. Drive into the front heel. Breathe deeply. Whew. 5, 4, 3, 2, step in. 30-second break. Grab a stretch for your quads if you need it. Not a static stretch. So we're not going to stretch and hold. We're just going to stretch and take 1 breath and then release. So it's not yoga time yet. You still have, 15 seconds left to your break. So again, little sips of water. Focus on lowering your heart rate consciously. And in 8 seconds, we're going to come back to our walkout. So remember your modification options. Bend the knees if you need to. Otherwise, reach up and breathe in. Exhale, fold forward, walk out. Down dog or plank. Lift the hips, come on back. And stand, reach up if you want to. Now, option. Come down into plank. 2 jacks and a shoulder tap. Walk back. Come on up, reach, breathe in, fold. Walk out, jacks, shoulder tap. Walk back. Reach up, breathe in. And it's not about how many reps can I get in this time period. It's can I speed up and still stay safe? Good. So that's what it's all about, guys. You got it. Breathe. And remember, if you know of other modifications that you want to use in order to make this harder or easier in a way that works out better for you, then go for it. This is your class. 10 seconds here. Breathe. Good. Right on, guys. 5 more. 5 seconds, not 5 more reps. Come on down. Roll over. And we're going to pulse crunch. So again, we're down here. Option, crunch only. Heel tap only. Or reach for the ankles and pulse. Now, if you're ready to make this harder, we're going to pulse for 7. You count. And then number 8 is going to be a reach out and pike. So you pulse 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, pike. Now that's your option if you want to make this a lot harder. You have 30 seconds with this exercise. Good, breathe, and then after this one we get a break. Now, while you're doing these crunches, while you're engaging the core, remember that we're sucking the belly button toward the spine and keeping the shoulders down and back away from the ears. Really important that we're sucking down that belly button. Good. Less than 10 seconds. 3, 2, and release. Come on up. This is round 2. We're halfway through round 2. So grab little sips of water. Don't take big gulps because we don't want cramps. They're not going to hurt us as in cause an injury, but they're going to hurt us as in be painful and inhibit our performance. You have less than 15 seconds to your break. Breathe deeply. All right, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, and jumping jacks. Now, you can take this down to the single leg jack or take it up for a power jack or a star jack. Good, so make it yours. Use that plyo action if you want, but I'll tell you right now, our next round of 4 exercises is pretty much all cardio, so you will not be missing out, I promise. Good. Shoulders down. And what I mean by that is that they don't come up toward the ears. As we move, press the shoulder blades down and back. You can take it down for a breath or 2, and then once you feel like you've recovered a little, take it back up. 20 seconds. Good, move from the shoulder. Get that rotator cuff working. 10, 9, 8. Breathe. Right on, guys. Okay, one leg back. Mini lift lunge. So one leg down, lift, good. Now this is option 1. Option 2 is you do 4 reps on one side and then switch, bring the knee down, 4 reps on the other side. 3, 2, and 1, switch, down, find your balance. 3, 2, and 1, switch or don't. If you're just working on one side, you have 3 seconds left this side, and now switch sides. Good. And just make it yours. Dig in deep. You want to feel that in the front glute. Try and take it out of the front quadricep and hip flexor if you can. 15 seconds left to this movement. Breathe. Good. You're doing great, guys. Keep that core nice and strong. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and take your 30-second break. Breathe deep, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Next round of exercises. So grab a stretch wherever you need one. We're breathing nice and deep. I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely feeling those quads. So we're going to start our next round with skaters in 10 seconds. We tried this move in our warm-up. You can go with the warm-up variation if you want. So you can start here, and if you want more, bigger jump, and tap that toe behind. I'm going to offer you a more intense option after this one too. So sink deeper if you can. Check your shoulders are down away from the ears. Get nice and low. So these ones are 30 seconds per exercise with a 30-second break. Good. Little lower, little wider. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it off. Now I bet you felt like you might have been able to go a little bit longer because we trained our bodies to work for a minute in our first round. So use round 2 to train your body to work for shorter periods and recover faster. In 15 seconds, our next move is going to be a jump forward and a shuffle back. Your option, step forward and step or shuffle back. See if you can switch sides every time. Ready? Let's go. Modification of your choice. If you do the jump, I want you to land low into the heels. Good. Breathe. You have 20 seconds left. Big jump if you're able, or a high jump. Good. Breathe. Right on, guys. When you land, bend your knees. Get down low to protect your joints. 5, 4, 3, 2, good. Breathe deep, shake it off. Excellent. Right on, guys. So grab that break wherever you need it. You have 20 seconds left in your break. And we're breathing nice and deep. Okay, next move in 10 seconds. Wide legs, bend the knee, and lift lunge. Down and up, 30 seconds each side. Option, just bend and lift, don't lift the knee. Let's go. Modification of your choice. Breathe. If you bend the knee, sink down into the heel, tip forward from the hip, and brace your core. Good. Sink lower if you can. Right on, guys. Drive into your heel when you land. Use your core to raise the knee. 5 seconds this side. 3, 2, switch sides. Bend and lift or don't. So remember, guys, if you need a break at any time during this class, take one. Try not to stop moving if you can help it. Breathe deeply in through the nose and out through the mouth. Keep it nice and strong. Good. 10 seconds here. Faster if you can. Make sure you're maintaining that perfect form. 4, 3, 2, and release. Shake it off. Good. Breathe in deep, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good. Now I gave you guys an extra couple of breaks this time so that we can get used to these movements first. If you want to start moving again right away, you're more than welcome to. In 10 seconds, our next move is going to be the ski. So our skate was here. Come back here if you need. Otherwise, both arms, both feet off the floor, and we lift and drop. Let's go. Lift and drop. Options, step, or do the skate instead. It's all yours. Just 30 seconds. 20 seconds more to go. Lift higher. Breathe deeply. Keep those shoulders way down. Swing the arms from the shoulder. Find your momentum. 5, 4, 3, 2, and break. Shake it off. 30 seconds, guys. Now this time, it's going to be fewer breaks. Now that we're used to all those moves, grab your stretch wherever you need it. First 2 exercises are jumping jack and the jump forward, shuffle back in 10 seconds. So focus, lower your heart rate so we can come back strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, jumping jack. Modification of your choice, okay? So it's all about you, it's all about what you feel like you want to do right here, as long as your joints feel good about it. And we're breathing deeply all the time. Good, 15 seconds in this movement. Right on, guys. 5 seconds, and then we're going to jump forward and shuffle back. 2, and let's go. 30 seconds. Breathe deep, in through the nose, out through the mouth. So our second round of these exercises, we've got one more, and then we're done with this round. Only one round left, and then we're done with the class. Goes by pretty quick. 10 seconds. Breathe, land soft. 5, 4, 3, 2, take a break. Breathe. Lower your heart rate consciously. Good. Stretch out whatever needs it. 15 seconds to your break. And again, hydration, post-hydration is really important too. So make sure after class you have a big glass of water when you don't have to worry about cramping anymore. And now we start with wide feet. In 3, 2, lunge and lift. Let's go. One side. And I want you to think about driving your heel down into the floor and really using those glutes on the working leg side. Keep your passive legs still active. So make sure those muscles are contracted so that that knee stays safe. 8, 7, 6. Good. 3, 2, and we come to the other side. Bend and lift. Good. Keep smiling, guys. Get those endorphins going, even if you're not feeling it. Oh, just a reminder, also, you're allowed to swear at me if you want to, whether or not you're at home. Good, just breathe deep. We should be feeling this. Good, 5 seconds. 3, 2, and break. Shake it off. No problem, right? Yeah. We're making it, guys. Just one more round of these exercises, and then we're coming into our last round, which is all floor work. Lots of people have been asking for core. Do some core and some upper body. We're gonna feel it by the end, okay? Good, breathe deep. Lower your heart rate. You have 7 seconds left to your break, and we're gonna come back into jumping jacks. Modification of your choice, let's go. So remember, if you feel like you need a longer break, just start it here, okay? We always want to push ourselves a little bit outside that comfort zone, but never too far. Never so far that we sustain an injury and don't want to come back or can't come back. We want to increase our levels of ability nice and easy with consciousness and focus. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and jump forward, shuffle back. Remember your options. You might just step, do a little squat, and then step back. Try and switch sides each time if you're working with a single leg at a time. Good. Breathe. Oh, we're so close, guys. 10 seconds. Right on. Lift. See how much distance you can get there. Sink right down. 3, 2, 1. Good. And now we ski. Big jump or a little step with a squat side to side. Last 30 seconds. Work those legs, guys. We're going to be able to lay down on the floor in a minute. So, big lift. Reach the arms. Swing them. Find your momentum. 10 seconds. Breathe. Good. 3, 2, take a break. If you have a mat, you might want to roll it out. We're going to come down onto the floor. I'm going to start with the plank for 60 seconds. So, shake those arms out. Give them a stretch if you need. Now, lots of people think that 60 seconds really isn't so long to hold a plank. But the truth is, if you're doing it right, it should feel like a really long time. You have 5 seconds. You can be on elbows or hands, knees or toes, and we're just gonna hold. Suck your belly button toward the spine. Check your hands or your elbows are under the shoulders. You have so many options, but what's not an option is dropping the hips or dropping the head. I want your form to be perfect. If it's not perfect, reduce intensity until you find that long spine and strong core. If you want to make this harder, tap each shoulder and do a push-up. Tap each shoulder, do a push-up. You have 25 seconds left. Breathe. If you choose the push-up, elbows are in line with shoulders and wrists. They never come out to the sides. Widen your hands if you can't help it. That's going to be your stronger push-up. 10 seconds. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, knees down, roll over. We're going to flutter kick for our lower abs. Here's the full intensity exercise. Legs at 45 degrees. You relax the upper body and just flutter those legs. Option, shins parallel with the floor. Tap one heel, then the other. What I want you to make sure of is that your lower back is pressing down into the floor and the belly button is sucking down toward the spine. Your neck and shoulders are relaxed and we're feeling that contraction in the lower band of the abs, not up in the neck and shoulders. Breathe. Keep it strong, guys. Don't let your lower back pop up. Right on. 15 seconds. Keep it moving. Now this last couple of rounds are going to be the hardest. Not because they're the hardest exercises, but because we're tired. So I want you to really focus in this last little bit. Okay, break time. 30 seconds. Breathe. You might want to grab a drink of water, or you might want to just lay there, and that's really okay too. Now we're going to come into a side plank pulse. So, 15 seconds left to your break. Option 1, lay all the way down on the floor. Bottom arm is a cushion for your head, and we just crunch those side abdominal muscles, nothing else. Otherwise, come up with me, elbow under shoulder, lift up, reach for the sky, and let's go. We're gonna pulse for 30 seconds each side. You can bring your bottom knee down. Remember, we're just looking for those little muscles on the side of the body. Your feet can be top leg in front, top leg behind, or stacked. It's whatever's comfortable for you. Just make sure your hips and shoulders are straight up and down, top to bottom. 5 seconds this side. 3, 2, switch sides. Through plank if you're able, and we pulse. Good. So again, keep those shoulders down away from the ears. We're addressing all of our abdominal muscles in this last workout, in our last round. So I want you to feel them all. Last one is going to be our transverse abs with a windshield wiper. Keep going for 10 seconds. I'm going to demo our next exercise. We'll lay on the back, bring the shins parallel with the floor, knees over hips, arms out, tip one side, and then the other. Now come with me when you're ready. So laying on the back, and I want you sucking the belly button toward the spine to ensure that our back is nice and safe and straight. If you want more, extend the legs out at 45 degrees, and then increase your range of motion. So now we have turned this into what's called the iron cross. Make sure your shoulders remain on the floor. They should not pop up, not one side or the other when you're shifting. Good. Breathe. Brace through your upper body on the floor. Keep your neck long and relaxed, and remember, decrease your intensity, including range of motion, at any time. 10 seconds. Good. Keep it strong, guys. Right on. And 2, and 1, and release. Great job. Roll over. Whew. Now, if you can believe it, we're going to do that 2 more times. We're almost done with this class, guys. We have less than 15 minutes, and these are your last 2 rounds of work. So really use this break. You have 15 seconds. Grab a stretch if you need one. Grab a little drink of water. Smile. Tell your brain you're happy to be doing this right now. And we're going to come back into our plank. Hands or elbows under shoulders. And you can just hold. Or you can come into the modification of your choice. This time your option is to either lift one leg and then the other, or tap the feet out and in. So our focus here is core stability. More than anything, we want to suck the belly button toward the spine and make sure we never let the hips or the head drop toward the floor. Breathe. If you're feeling this not quite enough on your arms, lean forward a little bit. Suck that belly button in. Woo, you have 20 seconds left. And again, you might just want to hold. You can also sit back in a child's pose, take a quick break, and then come back. Breathe. Right on, guys. And again, make it as hard or as easy as you want. Plank for a minute is plenty challenging, so just stick with that if that's what's comfortable for you. Good. Knees down, roll over, flutter kick. 1 minute. So legs out at 45 degrees. And we're just going to kick them. You might want to go with quick, small movements or slow, larger movements. Try them both if you feel safe doing so, and notice the difference in how it affects your abdominal muscles. If your abs are popping out and your lower back is coming up, reduce your intensity so you can suck your abs down. Breathe. Good. 25 seconds. Press your lower back into the floor. Check your shoulders are down and relaxed. Good. Keep it nice and strong, guys. We're almost there. And remember, you can take a break anytime. We're working to build a little bit with each workout, so don't worry about your starting point. We're in this to get a little bit stronger every time. 3, 2, 1, release. Take a break. Roll over. Whew. Quick little stretch. And we're going to breathe nice and deep. Great job, guys. Okay, switching up one of our exercises. This time we're going to come into a bear crawl variation. You have 8 seconds left to your break. You can come with me and lift those knees and just pulse them up and down, or you can keep them on the floor, lift and lower. Let's go. Good, keep those shoulders down away from the ears. If you want to make this harder, lift one hand up and place it on the shoulder for 30 seconds, and then we're going to switch. Breathe, or you can reach it out to the side or out in front. 10 seconds to this side. If you're just on one side, keep those shoulders way down. Brace your core. 4, 3, 2, 30 more seconds. Switch if you were on one side. And our knees are just an inch or two off the floor. When we lift them up, whether you're holding them there and pulsing, or leaving them on the floor and lifting just a little, they don't come up into a down dog. They come up only an inch or two off the floor. Good. And you're really focusing. 10 seconds. Breathe. Shoulders down away from the ears. Good. 3, 2, release. Oh my goodness. Roll over. Windshield wiper or iron cross. 60 seconds. Knees are up. Shift one side and the other. Or straight legs at 45 degrees. And we suck our belly button toward the spine. Breathe. Keep those shoulders down, away from the ears. Good. Right on, guys. I know this is getting really tough. I get it, and this is where it matters the most. Our focus. You can always reduce intensity. Reducing intensity is not a failure, it is smart. It's how we keep going and live to fight another day, or so to speak, so we can come back to another workout tomorrow and the next day and the next day without having pain, without sustaining injuries. So take breaks if you need, tone it down if you need. 3, 2, and 1. Release. Quick stretch. Oh my goodness, we have just enough time to do that last round once more. Lucky us, right? So breathe deep. 15 seconds to your break. I bet these breaks feel like they're getting a lot shorter. Now we're going to come into our plank first and foremost for 60 seconds in 5, 4, 3, 2, and plank. The dogs are cheering you on. Just imagine they're telling you you're doing such an awesome job. Brace your core. Shoulders down away from the ears. Breathe deeply. Keep it up, guys. Keep going, guys. You have less than 30 seconds now. So again, you might, in this last round, if you want to be here and just bring some weight onto the front of the body and focus on engaging your core muscles, that's where you want to be. So just take it to whatever level is comfortable, just a little past your comfort zone. Good. Breathe, keep it strong, guys. 10 seconds, and remember, modify however you want to if you want to make this harder. 5, 4, 3, 2, roll over. Last flutter kick of the class. So, brace your core, suck the belly button in, make it yours. Lower abdominal muscles tend to be our weakest abdominal muscles. Not the weakest core muscles. Our lower lats are the weakest core muscles. That counts too. But that means everything in that lower band is lacking the attention that it deserves. So we want to give it that attention now. I want it to hurt to laugh tomorrow. That's what we're going for. Not a lot, just enough that you know you worked. Breathe, take a break if you need one. If this becomes painful for the hip flexors, just bend those knees and you can cycle those feet, one and then the other if you want to. 15 seconds left. Relax your shoulders down. Suck that belly button toward the spine. Breathe, keep it up, guys. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, take a break. 30 seconds. Really good job. Okay, last round. We're sticking with the bear crawl this time. And now I'm going to give you another option. So in 20 seconds, you're going to start the exercise. You can be here with me, knees up and just pulse. Or You can extend one leg back, take it out to the side, center and bring it in, and then do the same thing on the other side. 5 seconds left to your break. Good, let's go. Out, side, in, and good. Or knees on the floor, lift and lower. Or elbows down too, and you can lift and lower. Or just tap the leg out and back in. All I want for you is that you're still working and staying within the guidelines of your personal range of motion and level of ability today. If you're moving the leg, make sure the knee comes back under the hip. This is not a plank, it's a bear crawl. Tuck those knees right in. You have less than 30 seconds. Breathe. Keep it strong, guys. And then we have only one more exercise, and we're done. We're into stretching. 15 seconds. Breathe. Suck in that belly button. 10, 9. Good. Keep those shoulders down. 3, 2, knees down. Stretch quickly. And we're going to roll over for our last round of windshield wiper or iron cross. So knees up, shins parallel with the floor. And now here again, remember, our core is engaged to keep the lower back safe. We want precise, controlled movement. Good. Squeeze your belly button toward the spine and intensify if you feel ready. Breathe. The feet don't come all the way to the floor. Even if you have the spinal flexibility, we're not looking for that kind of extended strength today. Too much potential for injury. So just let them hover at least about 12 to 18 inches from the floor at their lowest point. Good. Keep it going, guys. Whew. Less than 10 seconds. That's not bad at all, right? Good. 3, 2, and release. Grab a quick stretch. And we're going to roll over and just bring the elbows under the shoulders. You might want to do this up against a wall if you're not comfortable laying on the belly. Shoulders down and back, and we'll draw the elbows back and lift the chest. Good. Breathe. We only have 2 minutes for our stretch. You guys worked really hard tonight. Good job. Curl the toes under. We'll lift the hips and walk back into down dog. Relax down into a forward fold. Breathe deeply. Bend the knees, roll up, shoulders down. Breathe in deep and reach up. Little baby back bend. Release the arms. Let's come now into a figure 4 to finish this off. So shifting to the left leg. We're going to bend the left knee and bring the right shin across the left thigh. Draw the leg in and sit down into the heel. One or both hands can come into prayer. And you can be sitting down in a chair for this pose if you want, and just cross the right shin over the left if you want a little less. Lift your tailbone toward the sky, and if you'd like, you can reach the arms up alongside the ears. Breathe. Good. And now we'll release the arms down, release the right leg, cross the right leg behind the left, and we're going to bring the left hand to the hip. Right arm reaches toward the sky, breathe in deep. Exhale and bend. I'd like you to look up toward the sky and focus your stretch in the right rib cage and side body. Doesn't really matter if it's the right side or the left side. Just make sure you switch when I do. Then we're going to come up, tip from the hip, bend the front knee, straighten out your back leg, and lift your tailbone up toward the sky. Feel that stretch in the back and outside of the right thigh. Check in with your knees. Make sure they feel safe here. And we'll step the feet out, hip width apart, roll up, shoulders down. Let's come to the other side. Shift to the right leg, bend the right knee. Left shin crosses over the right thigh. Draw the leg into position. If you need, sit down into your heel. Lift the chest. Arch your lower back. So notice you might be here and round the lower back, which means you have no stretch at all in that left hip. So I want you to straighten the spine. Lift your tailbone toward the sky. Sit right down if you're able. Hands can come into prayer if that's comfortable for you. Or the fingertips can be on a wall, no problem, if you need help with that balance. And then we'll come on up. Left leg behind the right. And we'll stand tall. Left arm reaches. Breathe in deep. Exhale and bend. So now again, trying to find that stretch through the left side body. Good. Bottom shoulder presses down away from the ear. Good. Breathe deeply. Reach across the front of the body with the bottom arm if you'd like, and you feel safe and secure through your lower back. Now let's inhale and come up. Exhale, tip from the hip. Front knee bends, back leg is straight. If this is not okay for your knees, just untwist the legs. And still our back leg is straight and the right leg is bent, and we're still going to feel that stretch even without the twist. Breathe. Good. Now step out, roll up, reach out, breathing deep. Exhale, release, and give yourselves a hand, because that's all for today. You guys are awesome. Let us know if you have any questions about anything that we did tonight, and I hope to see you next time. Bye, guys.